Good morning, children. In yesterday's class, we learned about the causes of air pollution, natural causes of air pollution like volcanic eruptions, then earthquakes or forest fires, tsunamis or sandstorms. They are responsible for pollution. Like that, we learned. Uh, but the pollution, whichever is caused because of natural causes, is a little bit less when compared with the percentage of air pollution due to human activities. Is it clear to you? So human activities are making air more and more polluted. Is it clear to you? So the pollutants means what? Yesterday we learned the air, the harmful substances which are present in the air. So we call them as airborne pollutants. So these airborne pollutants, when they are present in the larger amounts, what problem we are going to face means it is difficult for the people to breathe or for respiration. So respiratory problems the people are going to suffer, and it sometimes leads to diseases like cancer, or sometimes it leads to death also. It is very difficult. Then here, if we observe that air, how it is getting polluted, if we see, so you just now you learned that because of air pollutants, okay, airborne pollutants. So pollutants means just now you learned harmful substances which are present in the air are called as air pollutants, airborne pollutants like. So you know that winds, they are just moving all around the globe in a crisscross manner, and they are going to carry the pollutants from the places where they are produced, and they are going to be carried to the other places which are away from the areas where the pollutants are produced. Means what? Effect will be there all around the globe wherever the pollutants are produced, because airborne pollutants are going to be carried through the wind all around the globe. Is it clear to children? Then now here air pollution is so what we can understand with that winds are going to carry that pollutants, and the air pollution is seen all around the globe. Means air pollution is not just a local concern. Have you followed? Local concern means, for example, in Hyderabad city, if we observe any some factories are there, so those factories are going to produce some pollutants, are releasing pollutants into the atmosphere. So this area is not only polluted, but other places also, far away places of to Hyderabad are also going to be suffering from pollution. That is the reason here air pollution is not a local concern. So all around the globe the people are going to suffer because of air pollution. So let us do an activity that is oil paper experiment. Oil paper experiment. So what we can learn with that? So we can know the pollutants from which places the pollutants are more and more collected. So with this activity we can know. So now what we have to do for that? We have to take 3 papers. 3 papers of 5 into 5 centimeters. 5 into 5 centimeters. Then we have to take oil, then thread. So 3 materials we have taken for this activity. So 3 papers of 5 into 5 centimeters, that to white paper better always. Then oil we are taking, and thread also we are going to take. So what we have to do means, so 3 papers we have to dip in the oil. So what is the procedure? We have to dip 3 papers in the oil, and the paper is going to become oily. Then we have to tie all the 3 papers separately with the threads. Is it clear to children? Then or you can do like this also. We have to take 3 papers and we have to tie them separately with the threads, and we have to dip them in the oil. Then what we have to do, those papers we can hang them in different parts. different places. So in your house also or away from the house also we can do. So just like one paper we will hang in the balcony, and another paper we will hang in the kitchen, and another paper we will hang in the away out of the house. So one day if we keep there like that those papers, and if we observe, we can see the collection of dust particles or pollutants on the paper. So where we can observe more and more pollutants, if we see which paper has become more and more, has seen with more and more pollutants, means the paper whichever is kept in the kitchen, we can observe some particles which are collected. So while cooking, so some of the dust particles or so smoke whichever is there, it is going to that fly ash and all, they are going to be collected. Then in the balcony we can see some of the dust particles are going to be collected, little we can observe, and the paper whichever is kept near the that is out of the house or on the roadside if we keep, so there we are going to observe more and more dust particles. Is it clear to you? Then you can do you can observe like this the plants whichever are grown in your house also we can observe. So if the plants which are present outside, so mean exactly on the roadside plants, if you see the plants are the leaves especially, they are covered with so much of dust particles. Is clear to children? So with this activity what we are going to learn means airborne pollutants we can observe. So which places where more and more pollutants are observed. So inside the house, okay, little bit less amount of pollutants we can observe, whereas on the roadside we can observe more pollutants which are collected on the paper. So what we can understand with that means air pollutants are arise or they are produced because of man-made causes and natural causes. Have you followed what I said? So natural causes are there which are going to become cause for pollution, means production of pollutants which we call them as airborne pollutants. So man-made causes and natural causes are responsible for producing pollutants which are responsible for air pollution here, which we call them as air pollutants. Is it clear to you? Air pollutants means the harmful agents which are responsible for the cause of air pollution. So now these pollutants, how many types are there? Means the pollutants are of two types. So airborne pollutants are of two types. So one is said to be primary pollutants, and second one is said to be secondary pollutants. So primary pollutants, what are they? Secondary pollutants, what are they? So primary pollutants are the pollutants which are produced from factories or because of vehicles. So when we are using vehicles for transport purpose, so we know that the smoke whichever is going to be released or dust particles whichever are released. So all these are examples of primary pollutants. Okay children, so the waste materials which are produced in industries, that is combustion of fuel when it is happening in factories or industries and transport, so in that the pollutants are produced, so that one are called as primary pollutants. So what is the meaning of secondary pollutants? So these primary pollutants, when they reach the atmosphere, what is going to happen? They are going to react with each other, and that results in the formation of secondary pollutants. So is it clear to children? So how the secondary pollutants are formed? The secondary pollutants are formed because of the reaction of primary pollutants. Like here PAN, example for secondary pollutant PAN. So what is this full form of PAN? Peroxyacetyl nitrite. Peroxyacetyl nitrate. Okay, even formaldehyde, ozone, all these are examples of secondary pollutants. Is it clear to children? So, pollutants are of two types, primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. So, these primary pollutants are produced from the industrial waste or factories or any other automobiles, whereas secondary pollutants means the primary pollutants, when they are going to react with each other and other new substances are formed as pollutants. So, they are called as secondary pollutants. Is it clear to you? Then, more and more harm we are going to get because of secondary pollutants. Is it clear to you? Now we will discuss about the now let us learn the what are the different types of pollutants which are produced because of natural calamities or natural activities like forest fires or volcanic eruptions or tsunamis or any floods when they are happening. What kind of pollutants are released? So first one, if we take forest fires. So because of forest fires. So what is this forest fires? So in summer seasons, what is happening means because of frictional force between the trees, when the heavy winds are observed, because of that frictional force, the dried parts of the plant starts burning. Is clear to children? So that results in the vast area of forest whichever is going to be burned. So that one we call it as forest fires. So during that process is going to happen, the carbon particles are released into the atmosphere. Okay. So for example, ash, smoke we are going to observe. So that will be released. Where it will go? It will go into the atmosphere only. Then second one, volcanic eruptions. So we know that volcanoes. Okay. So when that volcanoes are just burst, so the lava whichever is going to be just flowing. So at that time, because of this volcanic eruptions, at that time what is happening means so much of poisonous gases are going to be released into the atmosphere, like sulfur dioxide, even carbon dioxide. Like that, poisonous gases are going to be released into the atmosphere. Then decay of organic matter. Decay now. So decay of organic matter. So what does it mean? When any plant or animals or excrete of animals or human beings or leftover food material or any other waste which are produced when they are getting decomposed. Decay means decomposed. What is going to happen? In that process, the ammonia is produced. Ammonia gas. Is clear to you? So when the decaying of organic matter is going to happen, that releases ammonia gas into the atmosphere. Then next one is said to decay of organic matter whichever is present under the water. Organic matter which is kept in the under the water. Means we are using water to decompose this organic matter. Then what is going to happen here? The gas whichever is released is said to be methane. So methane gas is released when the decomposing action of that organic matter with the water when it is happening, then the methane gas is released. Apart from that, you can observe more and more amount of pollen dust. Okay, so pollen dust means what here? So wherever we observe large number of trees. So we have so many cities, garden city, Bengaluru we call it. Okay, Bengaluru is called the garden city, means we are observing more number of trees. Even in Hyderabad also, some parts of Hyderabad city, if we observe where more number of trees are there, The plants, we know that pollen grains are said to be the male reproductive gametes produced by the plants. Is it not? So when more number of plants are there in that atmosphere, we are going to observe pollen dust. So this pollen dust is also going to be released into the atmosphere. Is it clear to you? Pollen dust means here what? Pollen grains. Pollen grains. So these pollen grains are male reproductive gametes which are released into the atmosphere, and they want to reach the female part. So for pollination and fertilization. So how much it is going to happen, we don't know, no children. So more and more amount of pollen dust is released into the atmosphere, and because of this pollen dust, the people are going to suffer from some kind of allergic diseases, asthma and respiratory problems. So these are all the natural activities and the pollutants which are going to be released into the atmosphere. Already you learned that natural causes of pollution is less when compared with the pollution whichever is caused due to the human activities. So now you are going to learn the pollution whichever is caused because of human activities. Human activities which are responsible for air pollution. Is it clear to you? So what now you will be observing on roadsides, people will the scavengers will be cleaning the roads or near automobiles where the filling of air you are going to observe near petrol pumps and all. So what in the away from such places, what you are going to observe means burning of things you will be observing, like burning of dry leaves you can observe, burning of tires you are going to observe. Is it not? So what you are observing there? So much of blacky content, that dust particles, and that scavengers and sweepers when they are removing the dust, especially leaves which are fallen on the roadsides, so they are going to keep them at certain places and they are going to burn them. Is it not? So I think you might have observed like this. So what is going to happen means, because of that so much of smoke and dust particles you are going to observe. So where they are going to be entering means that is they are going to be entering into the air. Then they are called as air pollutants, and after reaching that air, what will happen means that particular area the air is getting polluted. Then now let us learn some of the human activities which are responsible for air pollution. Now let us learn the human activities, how they are responsible for air pollution. So vehicles. So what for we are using vehicles for transport. So you to come to school or to go from one place to another place or to visit your relatives' houses, we are using two-wheelers and four-wheelers. So what how that vehicles are going to run means, you know that we are using diesel or petrol. So which are said to be the fossil fuels. Diesel, petrol are called as fossil fuels. So now what is going to happen when we are using the vehicles, the fuels which are present in that, when they are ignited, what will happen means they are going to exhaust or they are going to release some kind of pollutants. So what which we call them as vehicle exhaust. So what are those vehicle exhaust which you are going to observe means carbon dioxide, then even carbon monoxide, then sulfur dioxide, then unburnt hydrocarbons, unburnt hydrocarbons, then smoke, dust, ash, then soot particles. Soot. Is it clear to you? So all these are released into the atmosphere because of vehicles exhaust. Okay. So carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide and unburnt hydrocarbons, smoke, dust particles, ash and soot particles. So very much blacky. this soot one, so which contains oil and smoke. When it is mixed, we can observe like that the soot particles, they are going to be released into the atmosphere. Now we learn how these industries are responsible for air pollution. So these industries like cement industry, lime ante sunnam industry, then granite. So granite stones we are using for flooring purpose, no children? So it is cut during that process. Then lime means that furnace will be there, in that the lime we are going to prepare. So that one lime industry. Then cement industry means where cement is prepared. So from these industries so much of pollutants are going to be released. So what are the pollutants which are released? Means nitrous oxide, then sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, chlorine, fly ash, dust particles, and asbestos dust also, etc. Is it clear to you? So now gases like nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, then chlorine gas also will be released. Then fly ash, we can observe some of light black color ash, whichever is just present in the atmosphere we can observe. Then dust particles and asbestos dust. So these are all the waste materials or pollutants which are produced or which are released because of industries like cement, lime and granite. So we have so many factories in Telangana state, cement industries which are present in Mellacheruvu of Nalgonda district. So and NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation. So we learned this in previous lesson also, which is present in Ramagunda. So here power is produced, electricity is produced. So when these industries are running, what is going to happen means they are going to release some pollutants like fly ash, sulfur dioxide, radioactive substances. Okay. Apart from that, granite industries which are present in Telangana state, they are also going to release some dust particles into the atmosphere as air pollutants, and because of that, the people who are living in nearby areas are suffering from so many kinds of diseases like cancers. So people are suffering from cancers, then allergies and asthma and respiratory bronchitis. So these are all the diseases which the people are suffering where they are living very much close to the factory areas. So cancers, allergies, asthma and bronchitis. So are the diseases which are caused because of pollutants which are present in the air nearby factories. Is it clear to children? Then we will learn some other man-made causes of air pollution in tomorrow's lesson. Thank you.